The Mote of Annan is a 12th century Motte Bailey castle. King David I of Scotland, as part of his policy of bringing Norman feudalism into Scotland, gave these lands to a Norman family known as De Brus. The most famous member of this family was King Robert De Brus. The family also held lands and castles at Turnberry and at Lochmaben. No bridge existed at this time, and the castle was built to control the nearby ford. The Mote of Annan consisted of a bailey, which is a large flat area. There were probably 2 ditches or fosses on the landward side, and the soil from this was used to help build up the bailey itself. There was no need for a foss on the riverside. The main defensive structure was the motte. This at one point was at least 50 feet or 15 meters high and had a rectangular space on the surface. It was built of both earth and of stones coming from the river and the earth from the foss, the double or single foss that lay on the landward side of it. There was a ditch between the motte and the bailey. When the castle was constructed, they may not have considered the possibilities of the Annan changing its course. This is exactly what happened, and by the mid-12th century, quite a substantial portion of the motte had been washed away by the river, either in normal circumstances or during floods. This led to the family, the De Bruses, moving to Lochmaben. It's not known what was done with the bailey. This may have remained in use to some extent. The stonework was slowly robbed, and it's noted that in 1723 the Marquis of Annandale gave permission for stone to be taken to build a house known as Blackwood House. In the 1920s, the motte was further eroded by floods. The remaining earthworks stand now in what was the gardens of Mote House, surrounded by a tall garden wall, but it's now a public park. An engraved stone giving the name Robert De Brus survives and is said to have come from the original Mote of Annan. However, we know that it's been partly recarved. Certainly the date 1300 on it is not correct. Considerable confusion exists in online resources and textbooks between what were 2 separate castles, that is, the Mote of Annan and Annan Castle. Annan Castle originally was the tower of the church. Edward I had it used for keeping stores, and later it was modified to become a proper fortification. This was destroyed several times by the English, and nothing now remains of it. It was located in what is now an old churchyard.